Hi, Larry. I'm glad to see you. Test. Okay, let's turn this baby off. There we go. Good evening. Good Friday, everybody. It's your boy Jojen, the guy who kicks ass, keeps kicking ass, and won't stop kicking ass. How you doing? Good, I hope. Well, today we'll be continuing more of our infinite space stream. In our last stream, this was the biggest revelation. After managing to take over Adis, Yuri and Kira managed to later learn more of their origins. It was later revealed that one, there is a bigger bad out there called the Overlords, basically forerunners responsible for elevating humanity into exploring space. What made it even twisted was they created two types of people, observers and trackers, and it's revealed that Yuri is an observer and Kira is a tracker, both units created by the Overlords for some nefarious purpose. During this, the creators Patriarch Bogd of Adis decides to take Yuri and Kira to a place called the Ark of the Progenitors, in which they tried to learn more of what happened. Unfortunately, as they arrived over, Kira basically took over and activated the machine, only to basically to get literally Thanos snapped out of existence. This results in everyone except Kira forgetting about her, which is pretty damn dark. And then later on, our main character ran into basically CISO again, and managed to basically defeat basically CISO, only to inform him of what he learned. So now let's continue this twisted base event that just happened. There we go. So let's continue on. Right. Anyway, here we are, back in our usual area. Captain, I wanted to stock up on as many spare parts as possible before the battle with Lugovalos, but what, is there some kind of problem? Yes, actually there is. There's been a lot of wear and tear from all these battles. Our parts budget's completely dry now. Hugo Bravo Soneto 2 kg. That's an awful lot, are you sure? Important battle. Use it to make sure we're completely prepared. Got it. This should ensure a 3-month parts inventory even if we can't restock. Thank you, Captain. Bravo Soneto plants a soft kiss on Yuri's cheek and then leaves the tavern triumphantly. Yuri's fame increased by 50. Oh, that's okay. We can always make more money. So let's go to CTA. Let's take a look at our ranking. You're now in the top 40 ranks. Congratulations. As a reward, you unlocked the Regilandic Cruiser class battleship. You also got the blueprint for a shield type for 8 and a thruster control module. Let's take a look at the type of battleship we got. We got the Almas, which is the Tassa, Freedom, the Everest, the Gordo, Mayor, the Crusair. For those who don't understand, the Cruiser battleship is Eroth's personal battleship. To remodel and take a look at what we can do. Maybe upgrade some of our ships, shall we? Should be fine, so now that we got that, time to head over to everyone's board gate to the Adis land. Depart. But either way, it looks like it's basically there, so our rank's getting pretty good, so... Oh, G-Fed Pirates. Joy. There we go, let's fire on these guys, clowns, and get their teeth kicked in. But I'm glad Larry's also back. He had a good trip, so that's a pretty good thing to have. that's gonna wreck that fighter.
Enemy unit 4. Eliminate. Calculations completed for enemy.
There we go. Space! Yep, it is space.
Enter dispersion patterns and open fire.
But even in space, we can't hide from metal boxes.
Enemy unit 2. Eliminate. Targets inflation reading diffusing.
And now all that's left is the enemy box.
Let's finish him off. All guns.
Yeah, that's how big the battleships and carriers are.
Roger. All gun limiters disabled. Releasing secondary GCS systems. Barrage interval 2, 3, 8. Fire all guns.
Boom. Broke. Boom. And there we go. And there goes the box.
Enemy unit 1. Elimination confirmed. Inflation reading has disappeared.
Prepare to attack. Gunnery crew, open fire on target ship.
There we go.
Roger. Gunnery crews check grid data. All guns fire. Enemy unit 4.
Let's see. And we got that. Oh, you scuffed the paint. Oh, never mind. The fighter's basically nailed it.
Enemy unit 3. Calculations completed for enemy course projection and range delta.
Prepare to bombard the target quadrant on my mark. Mark.
geometry corrected.
Fire for effect.
Enemy Unit 1. Elimination confirmed. Inflaton reading has disappeared.
There we go. Attention all ships! We're entering a sector susceptible with a starburst effect. Boost radar sensitivity to maximum. We left the starburst region, returning radar to normal mode. At least the fighters have a decency of allowing us to basically not ambush us while we're in the starburst.
Time to take control of this battle. All guns, prepare for a barrage.
That should do some fragging. Boom.
Two enemy vessels eliminated. Target's inflation ratings are diffused. Enemy Unit 2.
And kaboom!
Target locked. All guns, fire for effect.
Perfect.
Dispersion pattern B Alpha Plus. All guns synchronized. Fire! Enemy Unit 3.
There, hopefully that'll fix up the issue. Back to the Atis lane. That should about do it. Yuri is facing the console at the captain's seat, busily manipulating some controls. Thomas, did you convert this data to SDF code and send it over to Linux? SDF code? Relay? Thomas's face tenses up so slightly when he hears the words SDF. It's the highest level of secret military code there is. Yep, have Lennox forwarded to President Bryan, too. Got it, Captain. Realizing how classified the data is, Thomas refrains from further questioning and begins preparing the data transfer. Yuri leans back in his seat and watches Thomas, whereupon he hears the door behind him open and close. Captain, do you have a moment? Something the matter, Professor Minus? No, it's nothing like that. It's about the Ark of the Progenitors, actually. I was hoping you might be ready to tell me exactly what was that happened over there. Yes, well, I realized something quite serious must have occurred there. Quite apparent to all of us, judging from your manner and appearance after you got back. But in the past, you were able to talk to me about your own power, phenomena, fluctuations, sectors, and the like. So I thought perhaps you could talk to me about this latest incident, too. I don't know, Oh no, Yuri, you don't have to tell me right this very second. Whereupon you feel ready, I'll be waiting for you. To that, Gavril Menes proceeds to walk off the bridge. Suddenly, Yuri thinks of something and calls out to the professor, a hint of desperation in his voice. Professor Menes, I have a question for you. Yes? Do you remember Kira? Kira? Now who that might be? Oh no, never mind, I just thought you might remember her. Yuri cannot hide his disappointment. The professor studies his face for a while, hoping to find sort of an answer there. But he finds none as he turns around and leaves. And for those wondering, yes, Kira got erased from existence. So no one even knows who Kira is. Here we are. I really should talk to the professor about what happened. Yuri has finally resolved to talk to Gavril Menes about what happened at the Ark of the Progenitors. He takes a deep breath and walks over to the professor sitting. Really? You finally decided to tell me about what transpired on the Ark? Yeah, but it probably won't make much sense. I hope you'll bear it with me. Don't be silly. I specialize in not making sense. What I meant is, I'm all ears. Alright then, and here goes. Fascinating! Absolutely fascinating! The professor cannot hide his excitement as what Yuri has said. He makes this known with repeated shouts of exclamations, but soon realizes Yuri's state of mind and ashamed bows his head quietly. Please forgive me, Yuri. You lost someone special to you in that process, did you not? I did not mean to get so worked up like that. Alright. Still, to be able to wipe the existence of this Kira you mentioned from the very fabric of the universe. Perhaps these overlords possess powers quite similar to yours. Similar to mine? What do you mean? Perhaps these beings called the overlords have granted you powers that are analogous to theirs. Actually, when I heard that you had stabilized the phenomenon fluctuation sector, I came with my own hypothesis of sorts. Sort of hypothesis. In a flux sector, all phenomena exist under a fluctuating or unstable state. Now, if I'm correct, the fluctuation can be stabilized by having you observe it, on account of your special powers. In short, I believe that your very purpose in our universe is to serve as an observer. Someone who can stabilize flux sectors imperceptible to ordinary human beings. That's why you think the overlords created me. I believe so, and it seems that your latent desire to someone reflecting in your use of that stabilization power. What do you mean, latent desire? First time you stabilized a flux sector, it resulted in the Irvis sector, did it not? Yes, that's right. At that time, the dispute between Caliminus and Nova Nasio weighed heavily on your heart, and you believed that the problem would only be resolved if there were only a greater number of habitable planets nearby. Well, if my hypothesis is correct, that's why so many new planetary systems with habitable zones resulted where you stabilized the Irvis sector. What about the second time? You willed the Desmond Gate to disappear, and that's exactly what happened. That's insane. I mean, those are godlike powers you're talking about. No, they're not quite so handy or powerful at that. After all, they can only directly affect flux sectors. Still, all that is stabilized the results of your power affecting the perception of every human being in the universe. The Overlord's wiping of Kira's existence from our minds and from the universe itself is, perhaps, the antithesis of your powers. You might be right. The professor finished off his drink while eyeing Yuri, who has suddenly turned very silent. After a brief pause, the professor begins to speak again. Well, I suppose our next piece of business is to figure out how to oppose the Overlords or whatever they are. We don't have enough information to even start thinking about that. Oh, I beg to differ, Captain. We already have it, at least in the memory of the android that was once Kira. What you said is true. She must have come in contact with the Overlord's information stream when she accessed the system. If she did, I could never... No, I'm not suggesting that we disassemble her remains or anything brutish like that. We can extract and analyze the data she accessed at the Ark of the Progenitors. Don't you think this is what she would have wanted? After all, she put herself at risk to get you that information. Yes, alright. Please extract and analyze the data for me. Count on me, Captain, and rest assured I won't do anything that would even put the slightest dent on her android's body. Thank you, Professor. Oh, and one more thing. I believe that epitaph that you said appeared by her body will prove to be quite useful in the future. Keep it safe. What makes you say that? Because the vessel of which that young lady's true feelings were cradled. Her true feelings? Oh, I seem to be talking with my emotions now. How very unscientific of me. Ha ha ha! Seeing the professor trying to hide his embarrassment with a long drink from his glass brings a slight grin to Yuri's face, something that no one has seen on him for quite a time. Victorious battleship, and of course the Schropp class. Alright. Ah.
Let's finish him off. All guns, prepare to fire.
There we go.
Roger. All gun limiters disabled. Releasing secondary GCS systems. Barrage interval 238. Fire all guns.
Maybe we can prize these guys. And the fighters are just shredding them. You know what? Better yet, they should let the fighters do the work.
Enemy unit. Enemy unit 4. Eliminated.
Good lord. Something's out there. Looks like there's about 50k. No, wait. That's more like 200k ships, or close to it. Blimey. Seems the coalition fleet is finally assembled and ready. Alright, this should be enough to face off against those Lugavalians, Roy. SS sector in the SMC. Prince Cecilius, what about what Yuri said when, relax, Ian. This is a man we've been allies and enemies with. I'd say he's worthy of our trust. Yes, Your Highness. I'm gonna see my father now, Ian. Cole, you two hold down the port, alright? Yes, Your Highness. Yes, Your Highness. Several hours later, Tiso's in the throne room meeting with his father, Emperor Tyrannus of Lugavalos. No one else is present. Father, how come you never told me about the overlords? Where did you hear that name? Yuri told me, and he says you know all about them. Aren't these overlords our real enemies, and his too? Speak as if you already understand. Father, is there the true reason behind our conquest of the universe and our quest to find the epitaphs? You gotta answer me, Father. Overlords are the ones who created this universe, and they shall be the ones who will ultimately destroy it, I'm afraid. Destroy it? What, the whole universe? Yes, their true nature is unknown, but we do know they control the Void Gates and the Cosmic Trade Authority as well. As such, victory will only come by forcing a united sense and purpose upon all of mankind. But it is true. If that's the case, why can't we just join up with Yuri and his people to fight these jerks? Have you learned nothing thus far? What do you mean? Ultimately, people will only fight for their own gain. They will never unite unless it's led by someone with power greater than their own. Yuri, this guy's different. He has the same power as you, Father, and he knows the truth. Enough, Caecilius! Emperor Tannus refused to hear any more. Ciso, who knows his father's temperament all too well, curbs his frustration, glares down at his shoes shaking. Something seems to snap inside Ciso, and he raises his head and speaks. Fine. If you don't want to listen to me, then I'll just have to make you. Ciso races over to the throne and thrusts his sword at his father, the Emperor. Well now, so you would strike down your own father. All because of this Yuri, a mere upstart foreigner. Not because of Yuri. It's because I think that the Lugavalian people have already suffered enough. I mean, if we know these overlords are so powerful, it would be stupid to fight people who only want the same thing as us. Why can't we work together and take down our common enemy? Such foolishness. I have witnessed many men who have lost the will to fight and prostrate themselves when faced with the overlord's might. Yuri's not that kind of guy. So you say. Very well, then I shall go forth and ascertain this with my own eyes. Huh? No, wait! Ugh. Damn, that guy just decked him. Foolish boy. Spend some time alone until you have cooled off and clear your mind. Gearing Company headed to the President's office to find Bernard Bryan and Brad Lennox there waiting for them. Ah, you're back, Captain. Very well done. We no longer have the threat looming over us. We also are able to complete the formation of the coalition fleet. We couldn't have done it without you, and for that I am truly grateful. Mr. President, did you get that report I sent you? One about the Ark of the Progenitors. Yes, I read it. And I have to say, quite honestly, the whole story seems rather far-fetched to me. Thought you'd say that. If I were in your position, I'd probably think it sounded crazy too. That's another way to put it. Yes, still, there's a reason behind why Lugo Valos is after the epitaphs. And then there's Adis' religious doctrine. It all fits perfectly what you said. Add to that my earnest desires to make peace with Lugo Valos. What now? Well, if we share a common objective, there should be room for dialogue. This is why I sent Vermeer to negotiate with the Lugo Valiant commander. As our ambassador, you've given full diplomatic powers. Are you saying that peace negotiations are already underway? No, unfortunately, they refuse to see him. It looks like there's no way to avoid the coming battle. But I guess CISO isn't exactly in an understanding mood then. Actually, it was their invasion fleet commander, a man by the name of Yal Emerin, who turned Wehrmeyer away. Emerin? Where's CISO then? We don't know for sure, but Emerin made it sound like he's been replaced. CISO was replaced? That was quite a shock, Captain. I was convinced that Adis was behind the Void Gate accident. I've been looking all sorts of records since then, but there's not one mention of a Void Gate accident in recorded history. Simply chalking up to unknown causes gets us nowhere, does it? Any more accidents with that last gate? I haven't heard of any gates so far. I haven't heard of anything yet, but needless to say, it has the Zero-G dogs out there sitting on the edge of their seat. The Spacefarers Union's demonstration for a raise in the hazard pay and the cost of ship insurance has been skyrocketing. This all, of course, has a major impact on the economy in every star system. Brad Bernard calls for Yuri to stop as he tries to leave the room. Captain, we just received a message from Vice Admiral Skank. It seems a meeting will be held regarding the Coalition Fleet's defensive strategy against Lugo Valos. Over at Galactic Defense Headquarters? Right, and I'd like you to head over there right away. As Supreme Commander of the Coalition Fleet, I'll be there too, although it's more of a ceremonial post than anything. Personnel can be seen coming and going at a frantic pace. The moment Yuri enters the war room, he feels someone tapping his shoulder. Long time no see, Captain. Jimenez? Escondido's going to join the Coalition Fleet. We can't sit around idly while the LMC faces this terrible threat. Wow, you're the last person I expect to see you here, but I'm glad you made it. I didn't come alone. Take a look over there, amigo. At Rodrigo Jimenez's urging, Yuri takes a look around the room. Whoa! Major leaders from all over the LMC, including Animonzo, Nacio, Libertas, and Zenito, are gathered here. It seems only Adis failed to send any of their representatives. Blimey! I can't believe they managed to stuff so many bigwigs into one room together. Set the wheels in motion, Captain. You should be very proud of your contributions. Thank you, Mr. President. This historic summit will decide the fate of the Large Magellan Cloud. Now let's get started, shall we? All right. Allow me to update you on all our current situations. First, I'd like you to take a look at these. The Lugo Valiant fleet is now steadily sending reinforcements here to the LMC. Believe their fleet now consists of around 500k ships. Their new commander, Neil Emeron, has divided the fleet into two forces, and it's now starting to pressure the Outer Kurla and the Gibraltar sectors. Rear Admiral Bayer from our Regilandic forces is in charge of the defending the Al-Dukura sectors, and our defense of the Gibraltar sector is in the hands of Libertas's Admiral Douglas Bernard. So far, it's been a hard-fought battle in the face of the enemy's heavy onslaught. We've received word that the enemy continues to receive a reinforcement. What can you tell us about that? Captain, will you please tell us about what you've heard on the matter? Promptly to speak, Yuri gets up and slowly scans the members. I've heard that the Lucovalian Emperor and the fleet under his direct command have reached the small Magellan Cloud. Reinforcements we've been hearing about are from his fleet. It seems it's being gradually deployed here to the LMC. The Emperor's fleet? How many ships does he have? Around 1 million, more or less. Mamma mia! Ah, das ist nicht gut. We couldn't possibly stand up to such a huge force, even with the coalition fleet. Not in a traditional fleet battle, I believe. Is there another way to do this then? There always is. Well, what do you have in mind? I've never been more eager to hear your ideas than I am now, I have to admit. Only one option, the way I see it. Invade the SMC and launch a surprise attack on the Emperor's flagship. Anything else has a 0 chance of success. A surprise attack, huh? But that would be... The sector around the Void Gate of the SMC is under complete Lugovalian control. We'd have to destroy them somehow if we want to pass through that gate. Just open up a new gate. We can use this. As he says this, Yuri moves something from his pocket. Everyone's eye fixes intently on the object he holds up. It's all that's left of Kira's short life. Epitaph with its beautiful ethereal glow. An epitaph? That's right, the epitaph will open the way to where I want to go. It will not fail me. And once we get to the SMC, what are our chances then? Alec, let's hear what you think. Okay. The success of the operation hinges on how much of the enemy's main force the Coalition fleet can lure here to the LMC. The enemy couldn't possibly imagine we strike them in the SMC, so we have no doubt keep pumping ships here into the LMC. The question is, how much pressure can the Coalition force withstand? Meet. If the enemy makes it to the Federation headquarters before you take down the Emperor's ship, we'd end up losing anyway. Yes, but if the Coalition fleet can hold out, the Emperor's ship and the SMC should be left relatively exposed. Still, the odds will be against us, considering the limited number of ships we have for the surprise attack. In that case, I'd be more than happy to join you. Besides, I couldn't bear to let Yuri off and have all the fun for himself. Thank you, Lord Roth. You don't mind, do you, Nelly? We are Kimmer. I mean, you've already made up your mind anyway, right? I'll go with whatever you decide. So with ye, I'm going too. I'd like nothing more than to have you both along. But you're each a vital part of the Coalition fleet. What do you think, Vice Admiral? If it will increase the chances of the operation succeeding, then I think you should they should join you. Admiral Norton and I will hold off the enemy's main force as best we can. Now that's getting interesting. I suppose it was bound to be that way. Then it's settled. The fate of the LMC rests on this mission. Let's do everything we can to deal a crushing blow to the Lugovalian's empire. Summit members nod silently, but with conviction of Lord Roth's words. Very satisfied, he scans the room. Bernard Bryan wraps his summit up with some final words. The battle will decide the fate of the 200 billion people who live here in the large Magellan cloud. We must not let them down. Looks like now we're going to war, folks. Would you like to know more? Yuri, the Coalition fleet is settling out. Is it about time we enter the SMZ? Yes, I guess so. It's time to defeat Emperor Tyrannus. Get voraus, Captain. Angoran sector. Or these crazy clowns.
All guns prepare to fire.
There we go.
5 seconds to full barrage.
Battle area gravity radiometry checked. Laser deflection corrected. Roger. All guns disable burst limit. Fire.
That takes care of the box. As blowing up the box is quick. Better yet, I got a better idea. Let's just finish them off with the fighters. That's how powerful my fighters are. I could just sick 100 of these little bastards.
Bring the enemy down. Disable all weapon limiters.
That should
Limiters
kill these little
disabled.
boogers.
GCS system and shields released. Gunnery crews, firing interval 1, 2, 2. Begin barrage.
Boom.
Two enemy vessels eliminated. Targets in Clayton readings are diffusing.
Wunderbar. And the fighters finish the work.
Enemy unit 3.
And another battle fleet. Okay. These clowns like to play this game, eh? And of course, they walk right into it.
Increase dispersion zone density.
Roger. Disabling first and second gun limiters. GCS correction pattern 0006. All guns, dispersion pattern A alpha. Maximum burst mode 36. Fire.
That is a lot of words. Let's see the basic of the damage.
Enemy unit 1. Destroy.
Yep, the fighters are just gonna finish off the others.
Enemy unit 2.
I gotta swear, I think I've got Rogue Squadron on in my
Enemy
hangars.
unit 3. Enemy unit 4.
That fries them all.
We've projected the movement. Enemy unit. Enemy. Enemy unit 3. Enemy unit 4.
Now we get to the Gibraltar sector. Come a little closer, Niall. I'm fine right where I am, thank you. Aw, come on. I mean, we're gonna be married, aren't we? Can't a lady snuggle up to her future husband just a little? No, we have to get married first before we can't. Huh? Nia? Prince Niall, we can't have you taking Princess Niall without permission. No, but now you listen to me. Your engagement may have already been declined. You're still just the prince of a satellite nation. Don't ever forget that you are not on equal standings. Their Highness Princess Nia. Why now? You must be exhausted. Katita, our reports indicate that the enemy's reinforcements have arrived in this sector. It seems that it's a combined fleet consisting of the various nations of the Galactic Federation. I see. Tita, for you, what does Lugovalos... A sea? Never mind. Now's our chance to crush the enemy's main force in one fell swoop. Order our forces to advance, all of them. A sea, senor. The entire Lugo Valiant fleet begins advance with Niall Emeren's command. Several hours later, we make contact with Douglas Bernard's fleet on the Gibraltar sector front. At a nearby same moment, it also launched an attack on Franz Bernard's fleet in the Aldecura sector. There we go. I'm going to save just in case, so something doesn't happen. Did I disconnect? Oh, never mind. Maybe I didn't. Aldecloria Sector Alpha. Right, that's the dead gate, I remember. We ended up killing Desmond. Yuri, don't tell me you're planning on using this dead gate to... Exactly what I plan on doing. If I can revive it with this epitaph, I'm sure it'll lead us to the SMC. Now, until V actually goes through, how do you know for sure? Oh, there's no need to worry, Lieutenant Schwenzer. Yuri and I both agree that the epitaph will most certainly open up a path to the small Magella Cloud. Professor Minas, how do you know? Alright, Yuri, my boy. Time to put some work on that epitaph magic. When Gaval Minas nods to him, Yuri produces the epitaph from his pocket with a look of conviction on his face. Kira, please open the way for me. Open the way to defeat Lugovalos and battle the Overlord. And there we are, opening the gates. Will you look at that? The gate really did open. Unglaublich. This is the gate to the SMC. Fasten your seatbelts, everyone. Well, if anyone was worthy of a leap of faith, I'd say it was definitely you, Yuri. Let's give this gate of yours a try. What is it? Captain! I just received a report stating that a large enemy fleet is approaching from Padan. It seems they're using an alternate route. Damn those Luga Valiants. They must have detected our movements. Captain, this is bad. If they pursue us through the gate, we might find ourselves between a rock and a hard place. Captain, I'll hold them off. While you go through to the SMC. That is Virtak, Shenza. You don't have enough ships to hold them back. Ik wäre Nodenstein. The enemy fleet won't get a single ship in that gate, even if it costs me my life. Alright then, I'm counting on you, Schrenzer. I won't let you down. Just do me a favor. Don't take any unnecessary risk, okay? I couldn't stand to lose any more good people than I already have. Jawohl. Okay, Lord Roth, let's go through the gate. Get for us! Yuri's fleet and then Lord Roth fleet disappear through the gate one after another. Dietrich Schrenzer watches this as trying to permanently etch it into his mind, and then turns around to give orders to his first officer. Call Rear Admiral Bayer for me. Now is the time to use that second ship we've been keeping on the sidelines. Where are we? Hold on, I'm getting data that matches our charts. Let's see. Kalamos Junction sector? Oh yeah, I remember this sector from the position of those stars. See? That's Mestelin over there. Yes, I suspected as much. Are you saying that you predicted we'd exit into this sector, Professor? I did. The dead gate that was once here transformed the Desmond Gate and then moved to the LMC. This was the result of what the artificial epitaph I created. Now, if the overlords perceived this irregularity, as they no doubt did, they must have placed a new dead gate here to replace the one that was lost. I was actually right. I knew it. See. Yuri, this is my first excursion into the small Magellan Cloud. Do you have an idea where that Emperor might be? Well, I might maybe call the small Magellan Cloud, but there's nothing small about it. I think the Spestus sector would be our best bet. Makes you think that, Alec. Well, when the Luga Valiants are still sending reinforcements to the LMC, it follows that the Emperor's command center would therefore be the nearest gate to the LMC. Oh right, the gate to the LMC is in the Spestus sector. Exactly. That certainly makes sense to me, so lead the way, Yuri. Let's head for that Spestus sector of yours. Got it. Where do we stand on present? We've decimated Bernard's fleet and broken through one section of the front. Perfect. Tell the fleet at the front not to rush things. They are too slowly but steadily ramping up the pressure. I don't want any fleets out ahead when they're alone and exposed, understood? I see. Admiral Emmerman, we just received a strange report about that ship. And? It seems the deck gate in the Anandura sector somehow revived, and they're passing right through it. They gated out? How is that? Neil Alman Haltman says an expression of surprise. Griggs transforms into a scowl. Damn you, Yuri! Sir? We need to get the SMC, Katita, now! I want that fleet under my command to accompany us too. What's going on? Admiral, we must not withdraw without His Majesty's permission. Punishment for disobeying orders is death. The Emperor's life is at risk, and I've already briefed the Rear Admiral Gannon that our tactical plans from this point on. He'll take over from here. The prime objective of the Anakor invasion fleet now is to use the gate to follow Yuri. Yes, sir. Commander Dietrich Snyder's fleet, Anakura sector. Hold the line! We can't let the enemy pass this point, no matter what! You're asking the impossible, sir! Enemy reinforcements keep arriving, one after the other! Verdammt! They've already got us against the ropes, but we cannot allow them to pursue Yuri into the SMC. Inform all ships. Continue to engage the enemy while preparing to withdraw from the combat zone. As for our ship, all hands are to evacuate immediately to our escort ships. Sir, you're not really going to... You heard me. Abandon ship. I'm going to use the cripples to extra laser cannon. The target is at Stuart Hugo's right set ahead of us. X-laser cannon, fire! Give me Yuri. I was unable to keep my word. And he just supernova'd everything. Lugo Battalion Officer, Serona class Galactic Cruiser. Come on.
All guns, prepare to fire. Begin mode.
Howdy, Dadder. Howdy, Dad. I'm glad to see you, man.
Second limiter. Transmitting gravity radiometry data. Gun batteries. Dispersion pattern D alpha plus. Maximum initial firing speed. Fire.
Ah, I see. You got night shift. That sucks, man.
Enemy Unit 1. Eliminate. Target's inflaton reading diffusing.
All guns, prepare to fire. 5 seconds to full barrage.
Battle area gravity radiometry check. Laser deflection correct. Roger. All guns disable burst limit. Fire.
Well, anyway, it does damage against that. That takes care of the fighter, but I'm glad to see you here, Dead.
Enemy Unit 2. Destroy. Enemy Unit 3. Enemy Unit 4. Destroy.
That takes care of that. And Larry's basically glad to see this again. Oh, wow. Those Lugavalians are really paced.
Enemy fleet maintaining position. Transmitting ranging data.
We're going to intercept the fighter modes.
Enemy Unit 1.
Yep.
Eliminate. Target's
Target.
inflaton reading is diffusing.
All guns, prepare to fire. Begin mowing.
It really sucks. You missed the sad. I found the sad part, Dave. Dead.
Transmitting gravity radiometry data. Gun battery. Dispersion pattern D alpha plus. Maximum initial firing speed. Fire. Enemy Unit 2. Eliminate. Enemy Unit.
We'll just hit the fighters, wipe them out. But again, hey, again, Larry.
Enemy Unit.
what was the
Area
sad
traffic
part?
radiology
Oh,
check.
I told you
Laser
before,
ready.
Kira sacrificing herself.
Roger. All guns disable burst limiter. Fire.
She literally got Thanos snapped out of the universe. Just like, how should I put it? Like that one scene where they were fighting,
Enemy unit.
Let's finish them off. All guns.
that
prepare
one.
fire.
Yeah, it sucked. Now, and here's the thing, and to make that worse, we ended up having to see Franny die, and I liked her.
Barrage interval 2, 3, 8. Fire. All guns. Enemy unit 2. Enemy unit 3. Eliminated. Enemy unit.
Oh, there we go. Forgot about that part. But yeah, that was like a real tearjerker. Ah, Yuri, there's an enemy fleet dead ahead. And it's quite a larger one than those defense squadrons so far. Where did it come from? I've been waiting for you, Yuri. I saw you right through my plan to catch Emperor Tannis by surprise. Emerin, I'm not letting you get away. Prepare to die, Yuri, and have your remains scattered across the solar winds. The enemy fleet's on the move. They're gonna try and surround us. Yuri, we'll punch a hole in the line for you. Get out there and finish off Emerin. Then make for the Emperor's flagship. Thank you, Lord Roth. It's time to settle the score with Niall once and for all. Yuri switches on his microphone as his ship sets out. Hear me, comrades in arms. We're going to break through the enemy and take out Emperor Tyrannus. And we have to be reminded of Nia. Pound the Lugobalian invasion fleet into Gruss. Okay, let's go! Yuri shouts of encouragement seems to echo through the normally silent vacuum of speed as they go on the attack. At the same time, the other ships of the other fleet begin their attack, making a beeline for Niall Emerin's fleet. I like how they just made the music dramatic while we're fighting.
Enemy movement projected and gravity radiometry corrected.
So let's wreck them.
Burst limiters disabled. Shift dispersion pattern. All guns, open fire.
Target the enemy vessel in the forward quadrant. All guns, fire.
There we go.
Enemy unit 1. Eliminated. Targets inflation reading diffusing.
Prepare to attack. Gunnery crew, open fire on target ship.
Enemy unit 2. All guns.
We're just gonna blast these guys to hell.
3.
Or Gruss.
Elimination confirmed. Inflaton reading has disappeared.
Were you able to recruit Katita Lanko? No, I turned her down, unfortunately. So in this playthrough, she's a bad guy. Open fire!
Bring the enemy down.
So we basically didn't get... So for your answer, no, I didn't recruit Katita.
All guns, prepare to fire. 5 seconds to full barrage.
destroyed.
There we go.
Bring the enemy down. Disable all weapon limiters.
We're gonna wreck those carriers first. Boom.
Two enemy vessels eliminated. Targets and blatant readings are diffusing.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Enemy 4. Eliminated.
The enemy fleet is fighting its cordon. If we don't do something fast there. It's not over till the fat Liebchen sings, Nelly. Prepare to fire our high stream blasters at maximum power. We must open a path for Yuri. Okay, commencing high stream blaster charge up sequence. In the Castida, we're picking up an inflation reading from the enemy capital chief. They must be preparing for their high stream blasters. They actually think that they could stand it to take us out with such a cheap tactics. Those despachos have nothing left in their capital sheep unguarded. Focus all our firepower on it. Ah! Nelle! Squadron-Best! Nelle! No! 9! Please! Nelle! Features near! Huh? Ah! The Lord Roth! Hull control functions have been completely crippled. This ship is no longer battle-worthy. Switch high-stream blaster control to auto and have it all hands abandon ship. I'll handle the firing sequence myself. You're going to get yourself killed! This entire ship's going to break apart if you try to fire now! That's why I'm going to handle it myself. Now Schnell! An abandoned ship! Yuri, Lord Roth's in trouble. They're hitting him with everything they got. Can't let them take him out. Bring our ship in front of the mayor. Lady Katida! The Acheron is heading this way! I've been waiting for this moment. Now you're finally going to pay for what you did to me. Hi, Hyper. Hi, Hyper. Notice you're here. I got a lot of people now watching. Hooray. Maybe we can push to affiliate. All I need, the good news about that, Dad, is I've only completed 3 out of 4 of the affiliates. All I need is maybe a better average view count, and I should be able to do well. I got the subscribers, I got the time, and I got the hours. I just need the average view time of 3.
Energy readings from enemy stabilizers and weapon systems are spiking.
Let's finish him off. All guns, prepare
There
to
we
fire.
go.
Roger. All gun limiters disabled. Releasing secondary GCS systems. Barrage interval 238. Fire all guns.
And now we're gonna fire on you, Katita. Arrivederci. Oh, wow. Simulator 9901. Hey, well, welcome, man. I feel happy about that. Let's do this. Boom. Oh, we finally wrecked the warship. Jeez, with all these misses. Guess the developers didn't plan on accuracy well. Actually, they did plan accuracy well, Hyper. How it goes is, if you notice throughout the whole stream, you notice there's a little arrow below each of the enemy warships. Usually, each goes from left to right. The arrow on if the triangle's on the if the arrow is pointing at the far left, that indicates basically it's close. While basically it's in front row, with the middle center one is essentially mid range and farther. If you try to make shots from at a back row enemy, it's gonna have low accuracy hits. The only reason I was able to do so is because I could just do spread attacks. Captain, the enemy ships lost all engine functions. They're pretty much out of the picture now. Okay, this gives us a chance to go help Lord Roth. Head straight for the mayor and rout the enemy. The enemy ship is starting to pull away. They're abandoning the attack. Are you going to abandon me yet again, Yuri? Hurry up with the inflation repairs. We're going to go after him. I see, but I'm not finished yet. I'm going to fight until I can't fight anymore. My life is not going to end with you and end with a miserable failure. My life is not going to... Let me try this again. My life is not going to end with a miserable failure, mi senti? Sì, signora. I stream blaster energy at a level at charge at 150%. Pastikin Sinele, isn't it about time that you and I settle down once and for all? Nine. Nine. I'm serious. Nine. Es ist mein Ernst. See? I'll even get rid of that little black book of mine. All those other ladies were only just distractions anyway. Okay, I'm gonna try the... Plus, there's a lot of stats involving calculating the accuracy. It is a very tricky RPG, but anyway, just a little heads up. I'm gonna be butchering this in German. I'm gonna basically be butchering German, so Ich verspes es dir nele. Mein roaming zest is vorbe. I just want to please you. Ach, ek niet wees. I can make you breakfast in the morning. We can go for long walks. I'll even come to your family events. It always bothered you since I never did that. Right? Well, I'm all yours now. Was sagst du? I stream blaster energy charge at 170%. Haha! Ja, ich weiß. Once I fire this bad boy, mein Werk will be done. Then I'll head home, and we can start our life together. It's what I've always wanted. In meinem Herzen. Yeah. I stream blaster energy charge at 200%. I stream blasters. Fire! What's it taking so long? Aren't those... Oh, better yet, I got a better idea. This time it's gonna be butchering Italian, so... I'm gonna basically butcher some Italian. Cosa si volsi costi tanto tempo? Aren't those repairs done yet? Signora Cattina! Che cazzo! The enemy higher 3 blasters! Che cosa? No! No, 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 no! Malato tutti all'inferno! Oh no, Yuri! The mire! She's breaking up! No! Lord Roth! Nelly! How could... Listen to me, people. We can't waste that chance Lord Roth's sacrifice has given us. Our target is Emeren's ship. We're going in at full speed. Roger that. Oh, whoa. Looks like we're dealing with some clowns.
Detecting energy. Incoming bracketing.
There we go. We're gonna wreck them. That wasn't too bad. Well, thanks. I was just using Google Translate just to read it. And of course, I've always tried to imagine how each of nation is bases. I mean, you should have seen the last one. Calamnos was Australia. Nacio and Nova Nacio were Italian. And of course, Regeland is German. I tried to make El Gaba and I think part of Libertas American. Oh, really? No more pussyfooting around this time.
Calculate enemy tactical pattern. Begin consecutive fire.
Two enemy vessels eliminated. Targets and Platon readings are diffusing. All guns, check firing tables and calculate course projection. Hurry!
Urgent attack on enemy target. Fire all guns.
And Starboard and port batteries, prepare for back-to-back fire with an interval of 2. Gun crew, fire. Enemy Unit 2. Eliminate. Targets in plate reading diffusing.
But other than that, you know, all the nations I put in there was basically just attempts of trying to do so. I mean, Escondido, I tried doing in Spanish, but that was tricky because I didn't want to come off offensive.
Calculations completed for enemy course projection and range development.
Prepare to bombard the target quadrant on my mark. Mark.
Enemy unit. Elevated.
Never mind, looks like the fighters finished off that guy.
Enemy Unit 1. Elimination confirmed. Inflaton reading has disappeared.
Yuri, there it is. We're almost in range to engage Emeren's ship. Finally. Now I have you, Emeren. I never thought you'd make it all the way here, Yuri. Emeren. Out of all the battles I've ever had, this one's gonna be the most personal. I'm gonna enjoy pounding you into Gruss. Lowborn scum, this isn't your battle, Yuri. Mine is the noble cause, to spread the rule of Lugovalis to all corners of the universe, to unify all people under our great banner. We will prevail whether you like it or not. You're too much, Emeren. Do you actually believe you can unite the people of the universe by force? That's exactly what I believe. With Lugovalis' overwhelming might, it is simply a matter of time. You must either yield to the power of Lugovalis or die, Yuri. Emeren, you fool. Misery and ruin all await those who rely solely on power. What the heck? What the heck is playing? I don't know. the game. The game is playing this. Let me deploy fighters, damn it. There we go. I should finish it up soon. Hopefully, basically, I always do mine. But since I have a day off, I might go 8. And there we go. We lost the Hannah and the Tiana. Now we only thing defending us now is basically there. Take out the enemy carrier. But other than that, hopefully I could basically get this battle done before, so... That's how you do a barrage. This is how you do a barrage. And there we go. But But hopefully I want to try and beat the game at least. Because another reason is in a couple of weeks, Sunbreak is going to come out, and I believe that'll be my new stream for that once this game's over. What game? Monster Hunter Sunbreak. It's basically the new expansion of Monster Hunter coming out soon. Taking out the enemy fleet. They won't be bothering us anymore. I have you now, Emerald. Defeat is a bitter pill to swallow. I've had quite a run, but all good things must come to an end, I suppose. Niall Emeron's about to collapse and he mutters to himself. Just before he falls, he grabs onto a nearby console panel and his eyes suddenly regain their fire. No, this is not fit for my last words. I, Niall Emeron, will not cast from this world uttering the name of a woman. I don't believe it. The enemy's flagship is still operational. I think they're gonna try and ram us. Captain, we better take evasive action. No, we stand our ground. I want him to watch up close and personal as his dying efforts end in vain. That Emeron guy's got literal balls of steel if he's gonna try and ram a dreadnought at a small ship. Yeah. That should kill us. Ah! Look out! Ah! We did it! We took out Niall Emeron. Yuri, battle's not over yet, Thomas. I want a damage report for the entire ship. You got it! Look at all that rep and experience. Much research, divine of your ship flagship you're members of. What game? He was a big boss. Yeah, that guy was I told you! And he tried to ram me! Let's see if we can improve our good thing with mobility, battle speed, gauge speed. I think the gauge speed should do it. Let's take a look at our ranking. And by the way, now we're ranked 22! We now basically outrank Selena Steelfoss. You're now in the top 30 rankings. Congratulations. As a reward, you got the blueprints for a Laiku Goro's class battleship. You also got the blueprints for a Deflector 10 and a Shield Generator 6 module. I'm gonna save this. I don't want to have to go through that fight again. Besides, I need to get the Tiana and the Hana repaired. Gonna need that. And I think maybe we could push it because I think we're near. I think if I'm reading a little walkthrough right, we should be basically close to the final battle. Still a long way to go to the ranks. Do you recognize that ship's name? Yeah, that's Selena Selphus' name. Or should I say, that is the great Selena Selphus' personal battleship, no? Because I also got one of the other ships that also belonged to Errol. Yeah, that ginormous ship's gotta be the Emperor's. Doesn't look like the enemy realized we've gotten this close. Time to charge in full throttle. Don't engage the other ships that try to get in our way. Keep your eye on the prize. Launching enemy foiders. It is. But the funny thing is, in the game Hyper, as I learned from Dead here, if you basically get to rank 1, you get the Corsair, which according to most of the game is one of the most strongest ships in the game. And the most expensive. There we go.
Target locked. All guns, fire for effect.
Dispersion pattern B Alpha Plus. All guns synchronized. Fire!
There, no more fighters for you, bub.
Enemy Unit 2.
Oh, and the fighters finished off the battleship. Nice. Give that farm boy a medal.
Enemy Unit 1. Eliminate. Target's inflaton reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinate.
Enemies from our rear position? Yes, Your Majesty. It would seem that Niall Emmerman has been defeated. Emmerman defeated? But it's come to this. I suppose this is that upstart once again. Attack the rear living quarter module. We must not allow our civilian personnel to get caught in this battle. Yes, Your Majesty. Oh, so the death is at least this guy has a genius move of literally treating a ship decent. 30,000 kilometers until we engage the enemy Emperor's ship. Don't let anything slow us down. If we can get inside the enemy's formation, they'll risk hitting their ships anytime they fire. Oh, whoa, shield clash. Ah, one of those headaches. Ugh, ah, this pain. He must be here, the observer. Your Majesty, this enemy. Is this Yuri the one you've been speaking of? Not a doubt. Turn the ship around now. I shall crush him myself. I'm gonna save this just in case so I don't have to worry about dying. Verifying target contact. Commencing phenomena adjustment process centered on the position of the intersection. Phenomena adjustment rate 87, 90, 94. Phenomena adjustment rate has reached program target value. Authorizing transition to final phase starting from phase 11876. Activating self-awareness termination program. Activating phase systems. Yuri, what the gross was that? It was like space itself was distorting. Yuri, it must be the moment of perceptual intersection between you and Emperor Tyrannus. Mr. Minutes, are you saying? Yes, there is no doubt about it in my mind. The Emperor is an observer, just like you. Like I always knew somehow. Yuri, the Emperor's ship is heading this way. It's time to end this once and for all. Emperor Tyrannus' war-pitting man against his fellow man ends here. this guy's got a thick hull.
Enemy has been...
We're just gonna have to hit him with the roar special.
Elevated enemy...
Well, that was lucky. See if we can do some damage on this guy.
Incoming enemy bombardment.
This guy's really definitely tough.
Incoming enemy bombardment.
We lucked out on that one. Wreck, come on, let's wreck them. There we go. The enemy fleet has gone silent. Believe me, they're not finished yet. The battle ends when I say it does. Quickly, orders to the Abnora and the Epona. Open the warp gate system. Macklin, what's the meaning of this? I shall accept my punishment later, Your Majesty. But we cannot afford to lose Your Majesty here. So they got their own portable warp gate? gate system. You mean someone other than Valentin's got one of those things? This. We had him against the ropes, and now he's gone to get away. But even forcing the Emperor's ship to retreat is a victory in itself. I'd say we've done pretty well. Look, see for yourself. After withdrawing to the Elgavan sector, Emperor Tyrannus agrees to a ceasefire with the Galactic Federation on the advice of General Malkin and other senior statesmen. He also reinstates Ceccio as Crown Prince and sends him to the Federation as Lugovalos' representative to the peace talks. Malkin's advice and a report by their Chief of Security, Ian Fenwick, were key to factors in swaying the Emperor to seek peace. Well, look at that! We basically kicked the Emperor's ass and we ended a war! Yuri, it's Vice Admiral Skanked. Okay, patch him through. Good evening, Captain. We paid a terrible price, but the LMC has been saved. What's the damage look like over there? I'm afraid we didn't fare so well. We've lost about a third of our ships and high-ranking officers, including Admiral Bernard and Commander Schrenzer. Schrenzer? We lost him too? He gave his life holding off the fleet that was trying to pursue you. His use of the extra laser cannon, the stroke of genius. Schrenzer. So the toll has been terrible. At least we've established a ceasefire with Lugovalos. And negotiations on non-aggression pact are underway on the planet Anon as we speak. I'd like you to head over there too. Understood. Captain, this area is still teeming with Lugovalian ships. Sure we're gonna be okay out of here? Ceasefire's already been agreed on. I don't think they'll do anything stupid now. But let's make sure we don't do anything to provoke them. Okay, but I still don't like it. Let's head to Coventina and then we can get to resupply and save. You sure look tuckered, Yuri. Think so? I guess now we've reached a ceasefire with Lugovalos. All that built-up stress has finally caught up with me. Well, we have been through a lot of battles, we have. There's nothing wrong with taking a little breather every now and then. We lost so many comrades in arms, including Lord Roth, Nele, and Schrenzer. You'd think I'd be used to people dying by now. They hard. Yuri, don't you think it's about time you found a special someone you can lean on, especially at times like these? Huh? Yeah, she's totally right, Yuri, she is. About time you got yourself a little lady, a little bird. That way you won't have to be alone when you have heavy stuff like this go down. It's not a bad deal, you know. Come on, Yuri, there has to be a special someone you have in your heart set on. How about that Nassian princess, or... Yuri can only manage a wry chuckle at Torlo Atkin and Tatiana Arkonov's simplistic yet well-intentional meddling. Let's take a look at our rankings. Oh, now we basically are in rank 18. We're in the top 20s. As a reward, you got a Nassian Eleganta class carrier. Hello! got the Eleganta. We're heading to Volanus. I'm so gonna get there. Why that? Because I got plans. Now let's save the system here. Because I got a replacement for our new buddy, a new unit. Here we are. A new baby, the Eleganta. For those who don't understand, from what have I read, the Eleganta is actually a decent upgrade to the that actually upgrades to the Eberron. There we go, the JD. That Works. Why didn't you not put it in the C? What do you mean put in this? What do you mean by put in the C? Oh, why didn't let me put in the C? Oh, because I already have a ship that's called the Jade Sea. That was my Eberron. It's the name, yeah. In the name, yeah. So that's what the whole thing is. The C is basically part of the name. That should work. There we go. That should give it. Come on. Yeah, it looks like I bumped the thing again. Oh, looks like we could still. I need to find a way out audio can do. Hello. Okay, good. Test. So I'll have to put right back. See fix. Alright, we fixed it. I found an easy way to do without killing the emulator. Just reset the thing and save. So we managed to fix that little problem. Always. All because basically I thumped some area with my mouse because my mouse is near one of the dongle. Let's continue with that little delay. Right now we got that fixed, so sell the Eberin. Now to depart. Go. Now to the Gilberter sector. Right. Venus battleship, the Tortugas carrier. Boreas, and the Belicina other. Oh. There we go. Ballast. Two bring. Right. There we go. Anon. Our way. That's a big ship. Ah, Yuri, look, there, over Anon. Valiant and Libertasian ships side by side. There must be negotiations still underway down on the surface. Yuri disembarks at spaceport. An unfamiliar-looking Valiant officer comes over to talk to him. Yuri tenses up slightly, but is surprised at the officer's friendly manner. Yuri, I presume? Prince Cesios is waiting for you. This way, if you please. No? Yes, His Highness just concluded negotiations over the ceasefire and would like to speak with you. Okay, lead the way. Please follow me. Yuri starts walking after the officer. Before long, he finds himself in the VIP lounge located on the top floor of the spaceport. Hey, Yuri, looks like you managed to make it out of the war in one piece. You do realize ending a war with Valos with a ceasefire is quite a feat, don't you? Me so. Ian. I just now signed the ceasefire agreement as my father's representative. Congrats, Yuri, you got what you always wanted. Thanks. Yes, I did. Yuri grabs Cesios' outstretched hand and gives him a firm shake. I'd also thank Ian, Yuri. Of course, really helped convince my father. Ian? Really? Yes, well, I wanted to find out Emperor Tyrannus' objective. Once I did, I saw it as an opportunity to seek an alliance with you people. That would why you joined Valos? You can wait for an opportunity like, oh no, don't get me wrong, I meant everything I said. I have no intention of disavowing my allegiance to the Lugo-Valian Empire. Despite what other nations might think, Lugo-Valos can't be considered especially brutal from a standpoint. Contrary, I'd say they are one of the most just governments out there. Naturally, there's a disconcert placed to conquer nations ruler, but it's almost always short-lived. That is, as long as they abandon their nationalistic sentiments. That sounds like something you'd say, Ian. Yes, well, the fact is that you understand the reasoning and still insist on resisting. Very much like you. Ian, you never change. Lisa watches Yuri give Ian Fenric a worry grin. So, what's next, Yuri? You gotta make a report for starters. Federation headquarters know what happened here. Perfect, because I suppose to head out over there myself. Don't mind if I tag along, do ya? You? Federation headquarters? Yeah, well, the thing is, Lugo Ballas is having some pre-game problems. Just like you guys. I want to swap info with you folks and see if we can figure out what the rest of it going on. Okay, you can follow us, just make sure to tag along when we leave port. Go, time to move on. Oh, shit. I guess those must be the overlords. What the crust was that? I don't know. It just gated out from nowhere. Could it be some sort of new Federation weapon? Do you think they go this far just to break the peace agreement? Don't be stupid. That's not Federation technology. See, it's attacking everything in its path. Yuri, whatever that thing is, just get it out of its way. What that thing is, but I'd say shoot first, ask questions later. Huh? What the? Am I seeing things or what? Captain, what the crust is that then? It gives me the creeps. Wait, that one of those? Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes, indeed, that, my friend, is a babe. It seems to be it seems the cosmic rebirth draws near. Things are the overlords. That's right. It was all recorded in that Kira's memory, including those phages. They are the overlord's minions. Bringers of ruin for the sake of rebirth. They exist only to cleanse all creation from the universe. Phages. They're like viruses and we're the bacteria they feed on. Yeah, we're not going to be some lame bacteria in the overlord's petri dish. Ciso, do you read me? They're going to surround us, but we can blast our way out and kiss this sector goodbye. I'm with you, Yuri.
Enemy has begun a barrage, transmitting projected impact range.
There's no time to evade. Just avoid a direct hit.
Enemy has begun a barrage, transmitting projected impact range.
These guys are really stupidly aggressive.
There's no time.
Oh, damn.
1. Elimination confirmed. Inflaton reading has disappeared.
Okay, we punch a hole through their cordon. Let's make a break for it. Professor, look! Cannon! The entire planet! It's... Great Scott! The whole planet's been obliterated! Captain, they keep gating out like there's no tomorrow. Full power, all engines, and leave them in the cosmic dust. Oi, Yuri, ain't this the exact location where that planet Boluk used to be? But, Tats, are you sure our chart's not wigging out or on the nutter or something? No, it's fine. Boluk should be right here. You think those things took out the whole damn planet out? Yuri, we just picked up a gate out reading near the void gate. Near it? Not in front of the gate itself? That's right, we got enemies gating out. One after the other. 20, no, 30. And more keep coming. Captain, we don't stand a chance. I mean, these guys are just popping out of nowhere. Can't give up when we're dead. Until then, give them thrust. Blast our way out. All guns fire.
Elevated energy readings from enemy weapons. Incoming.
Disable shield limiters.
There we go.
Enemy Unit 1. Elimination confirmed. Inflaton reading has disappeared.
We're toast, Yuri. They're everywhere. Maintain speed. Focus on enemies on our way. Forget about the rest of them. Yeah, but the others will just end up coming after us anyway. Trust me. Focus your gun sights on the enemies ahead and nothing else, Torlo.
Incoming.
There it goes. Trying to focus on our warship.
Enemy fleet.
Oh, never mind. Looks like we managed to graze him. Huh. Guess one of the attacks must have grazed him.
Enemy Unit 1. Eliminated. Target's inflaton reading is diffusing into the Delta coordinates.
Picking up a gate out reading outside our ship. We're surrounded. Yuri, there's no end to him. Guess have to make it to the gate. We'll find a way to break through the enemy no matter what it takes. But how do you know getting through that gate is even gonna get help? I don't know. Just have faith. Just believe, Torlo. I believe we're all dead. Mate, we are. Oi, what the gross was that? You're only one man with that kind of firepower, and he shows up in the nick of time. Well, well, well. Ha ha ha! Hey there, Yuri. Guess you called me your guardian angel. Sorry, Valentine, but you definitely don't qualify as an angel. But I do appreciate the help. Don't mention it. Now you better get on through that gate. The enemy's even too much for me to handle. Thanks, Valentine. What now? Speaking of normal emissions of drone Higgs particles. Any ideas, Professor? It's the beginning of the final phase. Void gates across the universe are very likely showing signs of such function abnormalities. It's the end of the way of life, one that was made possible by the gates linking to the vast network of cosmic trade routes. Captain, what are we gonna do now? Is there anything we can do? Yuri, who's been going around inspecting the inside of his badly damaged ship, notices a door to one of the cabins open. Peering inside, he sees Gavel, Venus, and Miska deep in some sort of discussion. 2 glasses of wine. Nice break over wine, eh, Professor? That's a fine year. Yep. Taste. Oh, Captain. Excellent timing. Aminda and I were just discussing some interesting topics here, such as the significance of what happened in the Gilator sector and humankind's role from the perspective of the Overlord. Have you come to any conclusions? Yes, indeed. Take a look at this glass. This is the universe right after the Big Bang. Is? Yes. This is the state of the planked epoch. The universe expanded all at once, and from the single point represented by this glass. Okay? Following that, the professor proceeded to find the glass. The universe expanded in this manner. The height of the glass represents the temporal axis. Oh right, I think I've seen this sort of Big Bang model before. What does it have to do with the Overlord exactly? Yes, well, I derived a hypothesis based on the data we recovered from the Ark of the Progenitors. I believe the size ratio between us and this glass is analogous to the size ratio of the Overlords and our universe. Are they really living creatures that big? Well, I'm not sure if the beings we know as the Overlords are classified as living creatures. That's because the laws of physics, as we know them, most likely don't apply to their world. Perhaps our universe to them exists only at the quantum level. That's what we were discussing when you came in. That's, pretty heavy stuff. No one would expect you to understand or even believe all this right away. Once you think about it, everything may start to make sense. The existence of the observers like you, and why humankind is driven to venture into the universe, things like that. You realize there are many other universes besides our own, don't you? Perhaps the Overlords are the creators being mentioned in many about the universe. They possess something incomprehensible in advance that we do not. But that is unclear. What is clear is that they're using our universe as some sort of raw material for creating a new universe after another. However, from the standpoint of the scale order, our universe is on an unstable state. They cannot use it as their raw material for a universe creating unless they stabilize it. Their solution has been to employ the quantum Zeno effect. Quantum Zeno effect? That's right. When an unstable system is frequently observed, its quantum state is unable to evolve. This universe being stabilized by continual observation uses humankind and observers as elements causing disappearance. I believe this to be the true objective of the Overlords. In short, when they're done, our universe will be stabilized and they won't need us anymore. Precisely. Everything in this universe will be destroyed, using it to dark matter, which is the pure, unadulterated building blocks for a new universe. At least that's our hypothesis. But we can't let that happen. Captain, it's time for you for your regularly scheduled report. Please return to the bridge at once. Captain, it is time to depart. Please return to the bridge at once. Like you're being paged, Captain. Better return to the bridge now. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Yuri nods at the professor and Aminda and then leaves the lab as if he's... Thoughts of the universe ending and humankind's role was finished. Raced through his mind and... That's exactly it, Dead. We're just data. I'm gonna go to the bio break for now, so be right back, okay? help me out do a little bit of some later grinding because, interestingly, let's reset this for now again. Oh, because but either way. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, we stopped at Dolaway, no major event. Do. Yuri and company who've just gone through their entry checkpoint find Cecil and his people waiting for them. That this is Marygill, huh? Not too shabby. But your highness, it doesn't appear to be all that popular. True. It's always like this, Yuri? No, I bet word of the incident in the Gilberter sector must have gotten around. There aren't many people would dare venture into space after hearing about something like that. So that's it. But I get they can't even imagine what we're really in. Am I right? Nevertheless, they probably sensing a tremendous crisis looming. Just human instinct. The fact that communication, the other star systems have been cut off is enough to put anyone up. Can't get in touch with my father either. But I don't think he'd let enemies like that take him down. Anyway, listen, Yuri. I gotta head over to that Federation headquarters. We've got important stuff to talk about. Luxuries. The peace talks are just gonna have to wait. I'll be heading over there later, but first, I have to meet with the president face to face. Okay? And I'll see you over at the Federation headquarters later then. He'll gives a casual wave goodbye before stepping onto the orbital elevator with Ian Fenimage. The door closes and the two Luke Valiants head down to the surface of Marygill. Repent, the day of judgment is nigh! God's wrath shall be visited upon all who have forsaken their planet and defiled the universe in all its purity. The normally silent Adis seem quite vocal today as they march by, shouting up to the heavens, as if something has possessed them. God's wrath? Yeah, Roy. Forget about them, Torlo. We don't have time for people who just sit back and wait for the end to come. You can say that again. Torlo Akin casts an annoyed glance at the Adises and then hurries to catch up with Yuri, and the rest have gone up ahead. Ah, there you are, Captain. Guess the fighting's isn't over yet. What seems to be the problem? Brad Lennox greets Yuri and company after they usher into the president's office. Inside, they find a meeting already underway. Delius Manipus Lugos and his people are there, along with heads of state from the leading Federation nations. Sure, y'all know about the incident in the Gilberter sector. Yeah, we are aware of what's happening, and it isn't limited to that sector either. Here's an image of the received from the Regilandic Patrol Squad back home. What? That's not Anon. You said that's in Regiland. Where? Ambach, the capital planet of our homeland. And it's not just there. We've lost contact with all the planets within the homeworld sector. It's as if our homeland has simply vanished into thin air. Oh man, this is bad. What about Libertas? What about the planet Trillion? That's me homeworld. That's where... We're trying to assess the situation, but we already lost contact with a number of star systems. I fear it's only a matter of time before Libertas 2 is... No. No, this can't be happening. The situation is the same in Emamanzo and Nacio as well. Even back home in Escondido, some of our planets have already. And this continues unabated. And if this continues unabated, sooner or later this sector will surely suffer the same fate. Captain, you've never told me about the Overlord. I would probably be sitting here too stunned to do anything. But maybe that would have been easier to stomach than the helpless situation we're in right now. No, there's always a way. Suddenly a fierce voice rings out within the hushed room. Everyone turns to see who it is. Valentine! Valentine? As in Valentine the pirate? How'd you get in here? You said it yourself. I'm a pirate. That means I come and go as I please. Leave him be, Lennox. Criminal trespass is the least of our worries, considering the fact that planets are vanishing right before our eyes. So, Valentine, would you mind sharing us what you mean by there's always a way? Are you saying you know what we should do? Well, now that you're one of the bigwigs who actually gets it, are you? Alright, I'll fill you in on what the one and only way to stop what's going on right now. You gotta find the one true warp gate and blow it to smithereens. Only problem is, it could be anywhere in the universe. The one true warp gate? That's right, Princey. You see, those overlords exist in a place outside of our universe. That means they gotta be a gate somewhere out there that they've opened to enter our world. All we gotta do is find out where that and close it permanently. Then we won't be able to bother us no more. Where should we start looking? How the grush should I know? Right. Me and Tannerus may be going around differently, but we both have been searching around the universe for that true gate. It ain't nowhere to be found, at least not yet. A lot of good you guys are. What are we supposed to do now? Prayer once again descends upon the room as Torlo Atkins' voice exacts everyone else into thinking. In all the doom and gloom, Yuri speaks out. Professor Minas, Kira's data suggests... Heck, so you figured it out too, did ya, Yuri? I heard how accessing the Overlord's data terminal on the Ark of the... I heard she accessed the Overlord's data terminal on the Ark of the Progenitors. There has to be some kind of lead to the true warp gate in that data she got there. Yes, as Valentine just stated, based on the data, it's possible to estimate the general location of the true warp gate. No way, really? Well then, where the grass is it? According to the data, and a healthy dose of speculation, I say it was in... Yes, out with it already! The solar system. Solar system? You mean the planetary system the progenitors have said to have come from? Precisely. Upon analyzing the data Kira obtained, I discovered the first contact between the overlords and humankind was on Terra, the home world of the progenitors. Consequently, I submit that the true warp gate to the world of the overlord must be there somewhere too. A commotion of hopeful voices spread across the room, but it quickly rendered time for the professor's next statement. I'm afraid your celebratory mood is premature. After all, we lack the means to even get there. What do you mean? Yes, can we not simply travel there by a ship? The solar system is 157k light years away from here. This distance, it would take over 700 years to even out warp speed, which is already more than 200 times the speed of light. Now, if there were a void gate into the solar system, that would be another story, but I've never heard such a thing myself. Bah! What's all this doom and gloom, people? You're forgetting one important detail being that I'm here. And what's that supposed to mean? Huh. You forgot or what? My ship, the Corsair, has a gate system on board. Oh. Oh yeah! It's like an instant shortcut to the solar system. That's right. Only problem is the system's only powerful enough to warp the Corsair. Being that we have no idea how fiercely the Overlords are gonna be resisted, I'd like to better my odds beyond one measly ship. Got any ideas? Yeah, I already got a little chat with Patriarch Bogd of Adis. I'm gonna borrow some of that super advanced technology of theirs to beef up the Corsair's gate system. That way, I should be able to take a bunch of ships with me. But we know nothing of the enemy real. I'm just gonna go. It looks like I bumped into this again. I better double check and make sure to fix this. I know how to do the state. Test, test. Oh, there we go. Test, test. Again, and after that. No! Ah, damn it! Just loaded this. I just ended up saving the state to that thing. I'm gonna have to do the story all over again. Sorry about that. Anyway, at least we saved up to the last part, so, well, moral of the story, I really need to make sure to double check my USB ports and make sure, but, at least we managed to have some fun. But either way, I did have to redo that whole event either way, but, no worries, we can always try it again another time. But at least Monday will be the final fight, so we managed to save Dolaway, so we don't have to worry about that. But I'm gonna thank the following people for tagging along, all in the all alien conglomeration, all in the gathering. Another viewer, Erica Fibner, Extra More, La Kalele, Lanaray, Rogue Rogue One, Simulators 991, and the Deader One. Thanks for helping out, everybody. Even if it did become a flub up. Next week we'll be able to do well, and we'll be able to continue with our story. So with that, we'll basically not worry about any tech problems. With that, you all have a good one, alright? See you Monday.